Glasses on or off? Why do I coach? Well, I think I got into coaching because I loved the sport. So I did the sport for like 20 years. And then I was just trying to find a way of staying in the sport. And I thought coaching, yeah, I can do that. I like young people. I like triathlon, that figures. But actually, as I've learnt to coach, I've learnt that it's far more about people and about connecting with people, and a bit of psychology and a bit of counselling and a lot of support, trying to figure out stuff. So you're sort of like this mixture of a scientist, a psychologist, a sociologist, and yeah, you get to spend time with really good people that are trying to achieve something. And it could be triathlon, it could be anything actually, it could be knitting, it could be sewing. But when someone's trying to achieve something in something, they have purpose, and that's what I like working with. I like people that have purpose, that have decided that they want to do something for whatever reason they want to do it for, and I want to help them do it, because that's what I did when I was very young, and kind of built my life around that. I still think it's a good thing. So I had a really bad Olympic journey, and I sort of sat in the sport miserable for 5 or 6 years, just trying to survive, dumped off program. And then I did like a massive move when in 2010 I moved country. I was in the doldrums, and I moved, and I went to a different coach, and I started viewing life very differently in the Swiss Alps, and life switched round like almost in a day, and everything just seemed to get better. I got confident, my self-esteem built, and then I started racing well, and then I started earning money, and then I met my husband, and then we built a life together, and now we've got 3 kids. And that sounds all lovely and rosy, and it definitely isn't lovely and rosy, because we both retired. My husband retired because of COVID. I retired because I had twins. So there's definitely problems with the fact that you live this fantastic life of challenge. You've always got a goal to go for. You go into the next goal, you achieve that, you just move into the next thing, always progressive. I don't think most people live like that, particularly with kids. And I guess there's a big mindset change. I think that we are still both fresh from retirement, and we're finding our way in different ways. Like coaching helps me. My husband's broadcasting job helps him. But I think that essentially, once you've been a professional triathlete or professional sports person for more than 2 decades for me, I think that it's very difficult not to be that anymore. Absolutely, I miss racing. Yeah, it was completely what I knew. I get a little taste of it through coaching, but it's not the same as doing it yourself. And I have massive desires for my kids to do it, whilst trying not to push them into certain arenas. Luckily, they do love moving, which is kind of what I want for health reasons. But one day I might get to join in their journey, and if I don't, I've got my kids on the academy that I help. But yeah, I absolutely miss it. Hopefully the future holds further coaching, getting better at coaching, broadening out a little bit. I think I love the elite coaching, so hopefully going into high performance, which is kind of my sort of, I guess, my realm that I've lived in for 20 years. But I do enjoy, I'm almost coming in reverse. So I'm starting high and learning the logistical side of it, and the way clubs run, etc. The age group stuff. I do enjoy it. But I like to learn. So as long as I'm progressing, as I said, with triathlon, it's always the next goal. As long as I'm progressing, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And then watching my kids grow up and watching them love life, I'm trying to work it out, to be honest, because it's not always that easy. But we've got a lot going on. Yeah, I would love to take on my own person, but I feel like when you're coaching someone, it is their journey, and therefore they are the centre of that journey, and you're just like an apparatus to help them get there. So it isn't the same as your own journey, for sure. I do miss that, and that might be narcissistic or whatever, but when you're an athlete, you're so incredibly selfish and everything's about you, and it's completely on its head when you're a coach. So you often get home and you've realised that you haven't actually thought of yourself the whole day, and that actually you should probably have something to eat and you should actually probably do some exercise. So that sort of thing is something that I'm still trying to work out. I'm writing a lot. I am writing an autobiography about my journey, which was pretty roller coastery, and hopefully that will help people that I work with as well, trying to get some perspective and understand that it is not that easy, but it is worth it. So my advice for young sports people is that they should ask questions of everyone around them that knows. I don't think I did that as a young person, and I think that it meant that I hit a lot of hurdles that weren't necessary to hit. I just thought that I had to be independent and I had to do it myself, and that was a sign of strength. And in some ways it is, but there's also a sign of strength is to be able to ask for help, to say, actually, I'm struggling with my eating, or I'm struggling with this relationship, or I'm struggling with the way you talk to me, or I'm struggling with my bike skills. Any of those things, I mean, they're so diverse and different, but there's going to be someone that will want to give you help. That's what people want to do, and I didn't really realise that when I was younger. Final message from me is that it is just triathlon. Whether you're going to the Olympics or whether you're an age grouper just trying to do your first sprint distance, it is just triathlon, but it means so much more to us. And I think that having that perspective, realizing that it's your own journey and your own challenge, and you've set the goals, and that you should put everything you can into them. But when it's all said and done, if you were an alien watching you from outer space, it would just be weird.